the foot remaining on the knee, it's going to be weak. It's going to be very easy for them to stuff it. So remember, your foot goes through the hip, so that when you feed, you have it a lot more tight. And now, no matter if they have their hands sort of on the ground or not, you want them to go even further down the ground. So we push off the floor, fall to the side, get our heel on the hip, and start pushing out. I want the top person to really square off. So runner's going to drop that knee and really turn into me. After we get to this control, guys, we're going to explore the grip going under a little bit more. Remember, when I'm here, I go off to the side, my hand comes in between her shin and my thigh, and I try to reach up with my palm up to this grip. We all kind of remember getting here, right? While we're working from here, we worked on pendulum and just sweeping and getting on top, but if I just sweep and get on top, I still got to do with her knee. We also worked on going up, beating that knee, and then landing in dominant positions, right? So essentially what I'm going to do now is going to be the same thing as far as my knee going over and going onto her waist, but it's going to be a little bit different. Before we work on the attack, this is all I want you guys to do. We're going to use a grip to load the runner in. So I can go on the sleeve, I can go on the collar, and I'm going to start loading her after I get a shin-to-shin grip. So we've been working shin-to-shin from different positions, and here's going to be no different. I'm going to go under, and I'm going to find my hook inside, right? Now, all I want you guys to do is load them in, and don't use the shin-to-shin to lift up. Use it to kick forward, because when I kick forward, I can beat her knee. Now, I just want whoever's on top to drop on both knees and posture up. Just posture up. Yes. And now, get your knees on the ground. Try to face it. Yes. Try to face it. You see how now I have the knee over. I could try to pendulum over there. This can be a little tricky, guys. But look at how I'm going to try to close my guard around it. So if I just do this and my hip stays, it's very weak, right? I'm going to use this grip, and I'm going to use this momentum here. See how I'm inverting underneath? I invert, and now I lock my guard. I'm going to stop here. It looks, it can seem a little complicated, but once you get to this position, it's going to be very easy because you're posted on your shoulder, you still have the grip. It doesn't matter if they lean down or posture up. Once your feet are connected, your leg is behind, it's going to be easy to hold on, okay? So again, we're going to work on the setup that we started working. Pushing back. Look at how hard I come up onto the single. I don't know if I'm going to be able to feed onto lapel guard, so I want to make sure that when I come up, I'm tight. If she posture up too hard, I'll feed the lapel, we'll work on wrestling up, all those other attacks, right? If I can kick my leg through and feed it underneath, okay, we're on to this lapel guard control. I start falling down, getting my heel, using the push and adjust. I scoop my hip out so that my hand can go under, reach, palm up, deep. Now, I need her weight coming in. So if she's not leaning really hard against me, I'm going to cause that by going collar, sleeve, whichever one really, just to bring her in. Start finding my shin to shin. Now, as soon as you guys clear this, as soon as you kick forward and you drop, see how her knee goes down? Look at this pendulum. It kicks up and I extend through. So my leg has to go through this lapel so that my feet can kind of meet in the back there and I can keep my guard focused. Okay? So let's just try to work on that. If you're on top, guys, right now, just try to be a good partner. Try to always keep kind of squaring off with your partner. When they have the lapel, turn into them. When they drop you down, turn into them. It's going to make it a little more realistic and easier for them to do too. Okay? Just get into that close position, and then from there, we'll work on attacking the arm, getting on top, all that. Let's go. Partner up. 1, 2, 3. Cool is how you're getting that final grip, right? So again, the setup, looking good. Just remember that if you sit up over here and your feet keeping your leg free, it's a whole different setup, right? It's not bad, it's just different. I need to make sure that if I'm gonna play the lapel guard, that I keep my foot over the hip so that I can reach deeper and I have that connection tight, right? Now again, if he's not posting, I want to try to get his hands to the mat. So I fall on my side, use my heel to just adjust it a little bit. Now here, I saw a couple of you guys messing up this grip. It doesn't matter if he's down or up on that knee. If I'm going over, so if I'm going over the knees here, I'm most of the time going to grip palm down. There are some options where you go palm up, but if you go over and you just grab here, okay, it's different. I'm going to work the scissor. I can use it to get on top. There's some other options here where I can spin and end up on his back, but we work more on just a scissor, right? For me to be able to get my knee over and get to those positions that we're working, my hand goes not just palm up, but it goes under. So this is the gap that I'm looking for. If you're using the heel, using your toes here on the hip, and you're scooping out, that's not only going to help you keep this position tight, but it's going to create that gap where your hand goes through, and there you find this final grip, right? Now, just drop that knee. One thing is important, guys, when I'm working with the shin to shin is feeling if he's pressuring into me or not. If he's just on his knee there and he's sitting more back than he's leaning forward, then okay, I'm gonna let him do that. I'm gonna find my shin to shin, and it's normal that we're on this angle really hard. You might need to come in a little bit to find the shin to shin, but then I'm gonna need a little bit of pressure. If the person is sitting back really hard, the shin to shin doesn't work, so I would need to use my grip to load him, and then now kick through, right? But come back up, please. If you're here and he's leaning into you, putting pressure, and then you find the shin to shin, you don't really need to pull him that much, because when you kick through, you're gonna drop his knee, right? And just stay there. Now, once we got here, guys, it is a little tricky, so it's where you're gonna need to practice the most. We're gonna use the hand to help, right? So we can use his hand on the sleeve, sometimes in the back of the elbow. It's hard for him to break, so it should be an easy grip to get. Now, think about it like this. I'm gonna come up on my shoulder, and I want my hip as high up off the mat as possible. So when we use this pendulum over here, I'm trying to do two things. I'm trying to lift my hip up, so you see how I kind of inverted lift my hip up? But when I start doing that motion, I'm trying to kick through. So you see how I kick my right leg through and I land on top of his back here, on top of his shoulder. Some of you guys were getting your guards closed, but you're going a little bit too low. It's not bad, you can still work. The only thing you gotta be aware is, how can he break this grip? Kind of horse kicking his right leg back, right? But when I'm here and I have a lot of pressure onto the back of his head, it's very hard for him to do that. But if you have a very low guard over here, you could try to hug your waist, and if he can walk back to the center, walk, yes, and now kick his leg back, boom, he's gonna break it. So be mindful of that if you're attacking and if you're defending, because it's a kind of a way out if you're getting put in this position as the top person as well, right? So again, after I have his knee down, I'm going to try to use the spank and use my grip to go up, through, block my guard. Now, we're going to work on a little chain of attacks here, which are going to kind of start the same way. I'm going to start with the belly down armbar. I'm not going to pass my leg in front of his face. I'm just going to slide my shin onto his ear here. So I'm gonna start, I would prefer here, instead of just holding his wrist, to go through and grab my own collar, just so I'm a little bit more secure. Now, when my knee goes through his face, through his head over here, you're not gonna roll on your shoulder, you're gonna roll on your face. So instead of trying to come in this way right now, look at how I go far, and as my shin is going over, how my forehead is going on the ground, I'm keeping my grips, boom, and we're spinning over. Now, here, no matter what I'm going to look to do, I want to stop him from fully sitting up, right? So my leg's going to go over. I'm going to very gently put him down and flat. Here's where you guys need to make a decision, guys. You see how I kept both grips? I could finish his armbar with one hand, but from the moment that I let go of this lapel, I'm going to give up a control. Not necessarily bad, just saying you have to make a decision. If I let go, okay, 2-on-1, I can start finishing the armbar, right? But keeping this grip allows me to regain control at any time. So for example, if he turns and starts like hitchhiking and he's turning away and I'm losing it, if I just start coming up, you see how my leg is through, I have the grip, and I'm kind of on this closed guard position, I'm on it. Doesn't matter what he does. If he turns away, I can follow, kind of technical mount, take his back. If he turns in, I can extend my leg through, go to mount, re-go to the armbar. So just keep that in mind. You can't let go, of course, right? To just, if you're here, finish the armbar. But if you keep it, you have some options. So I just want you guys to think about that. Now, with that armbar comes a defense for him, which is posturing up, and is what's going to cause our second option. Just put the knee down. So same thing. I'm here. I have the lapel through. I use my pendulum. I invert it. Calm. And I'm going on to his armbar. Now, as I go to the armbar, if he postures up hard, okay, now the difference is armbar, we're rolling head down. To sweep him that way, I'm going to re-dive. So I go from arching away to going back under. You see how now I have this very strong pendulum. You guys can just put him down and go onto his arm. If I go to his arm and I can't finish, I can post and move my leg back. And now I kept the grip so I can go to mount. The same way that I can go to the sweep instead of just thinking about the armbar, I could go through, kick my leg under, and just land straight on top. And again, here, I can go to the back, go to the arm if I keep this grip. Okay, so let's just try to work on all those options, okay? It seems a little complicated, but once we're able to come back, once we're able to get to a very high close guard through, it's gonna become a little easier. Then again, hug, grab your lapel, we go shin over, forehead down, spin all the way. If he postures up and I can't do it, re-dive, and then use this to either finish the arm or just come back on top. Okay? Let's do it, guys. 1, 2, 3. Pendulum through. Boom, you got here, right? I saw some of you guys spinning under, so rolling on your back. but your leg, your top leg, was kind of just on top here. And sometimes that's enough, right? Because the momentum is strong. When I start going belly down over here, sometimes that works. But look at the problem. Look at how my hip is low. My hip is not even close to being on top of his shoulder here. And that's kind of my goal. So make sure that when you guys going over, that you're really bringing this knee in. When you bring this knee inside over here, it's going to make your hip come up. Especially now when you start rolling your head. Look at how I'm going to roll through. I'm going to have my hip really tight to his elbow. When I land, when I were here, if I'm having to go like, ow, ow, to step over, it means that my hip wasn't as in as I could, right? So let's just try to really slide that shin over his ear as you're spinning so that you're a lot more connected on this armbar. Another thing that, just come back on your knees, please. Another thing you guys can think about is the best way to finish that armbar with just the one hand that you have, in my opinion, is first, I grab my own lapel, right? And I'm just trying to squeeze my wrist onto his wrist. So this is very strong. I do it even in different arm bars. Now, same thing, right? We go through, I'm rolling. Look at how, here, stop. This moment here. See how his shoulder's off the ground and his head is up? I said that I kick him down, right? But I mean it because when I kick Guy down, so when I use my leg going over his face here and putting him down, I'm gonna do what? Put more pressure on his elbow, right? So if at the same time that I'm bringing him flat, I'm bridging up and pulling this down, no matter which grip I have, I feel like that's the best time that I'm gonna have to really put a lot of pressure without having to switch, okay? Doesn't mean that after you go down, if you don't do it right away, you're not gonna be able to finish, but just try to think about that. As he's coming up, you put him down on his back and pressure his arm. So if you're getting that done too, just tap quick. How we're gonna do the specifics. We're gonna be very far into the position, right? So that we really get to try. It's not something we're gonna be able to hit it all the time when we first learn it. So I want you guys to really get it a try. Go on your knees. We're gonna start from here already. Knees down. I'm gonna have the grip deep. I'm gonna be here. So person on top, you're pretty screwed. I'm gonna start with the arm in control. So how can I escape as the top guy? Kind of trying to buy time, right? But what is the biggest advantage I have over him besides the lapel here? Who can tell me? Nobody? You. What is it? Nobody.
Look at the position.
No, but what is causing me to be ahead of you? What? My hip is way further out than he is. You don't have, if my hip is in between his knees and it's square, I don't have much of an advantage. It's gonna have closed guard, right? Once my hip starts coming out, that's when I have armbar spin. I have this big advantage. So how can he neutralize this a little bit? If he manages to walk and bring his knees around my hip, so if he walks back, and start getting into my hip, you see how now I lost that angle. My hip is not up anymore. I'm still better off. I can still sweep him from here, but now he has a chance of using his right leg as kind of horse kick back to break my grip and then fully square off. So if you're on top, do the Migi, please. You got to be careful with how hard you posture because your postures could lead him into the sweep. But he's going to start already on your arm, right? So go, enter here, lift his hip. Boom. He's starting right here. So from here, the kick is very weak. So me keeping my head up, trying to defend my arm, and trying to just walk to that side, he's going to start beating his hip, right? Now, from here, let's say, if I can't kick it back, of course I got to keep my arm safe. But if I manage to now bring him my hand on his foot and step over it, okay, he still has that grip, but he doesn't have that angle anymore. He can't sweep me like before. I can't take my arm like before. So let's try to think about those. Either trying to find a way to stuff this leg back or trying to kick this out and break, okay? The person at the bottom is supposed to be able to end up succeeding in the end because you're very far out in the control. But I just want you guys to really test it, okay? Let's go. Make sure you get a good setup though. If you're the bottom guy, get it deep, get a good grip so you can really work on it. So guys, 1, 2, 3.